Hey, fatty. Today we're going to talk about loose skin. All right, loose skin. Now, the popular consensus is, oh, fast weight loss causes loose skin. Gotta lose weight slow. Shut up. Okay, the most important thing is losing weight fast when you're morbidly obese. Now, how do you mitigate? How do you minimize loose skin? Low protein, baby. Okay, low protein. Okay, this is an unpopular opinion. And I'm telling you right now. Okay, you even see people that lost a pile of body fat on like Kempner's rice diet. Obviously, hibernation mode, it's zero protein, zero everything. Okay, low protein because guess what, you fat pigs? Skin is meat, baby. Skin is meat. Skin is protein. Do you know how many square feet of skin the average person has? 20. Okay, 20 square feet of skin, and they might have like somebody that's pretty fat, might have like 6 pounds of loose skin. Some of these fat people got like 30 pounds of loose skin. Okay, that's your steak dinner. Okay, that's your steak dinner. Okay, when you're losing weight on a high protein diet, okay, if you're in a calorie deficit, obviously that is the definition of weight loss. If you were losing weight, even if you weren't counting the calories, you're in a calorie deficit. You're eating less than you're burning. Okay, but there's people, if you're losing weight, obviously you're eating less than you're burning. But if you're still eating a pile of protein, your body's not going to be telling itself to chew up that loose skin. Okay, you're not going to be chewing up the loose skin. Which is interesting because, you know, people that come out of like a POW camp, say if somebody was even morbidly obese, could you even imagine them really having a bunch of loose skin if they got that skinny? Do you think their body's going to take the muscle before it would start taking the loose skin? Okay, the loose skin is protein, baby. Okay, this gets more interesting by the day. Okay, when you coach morbid obese people, you see these patterns. Okay, our bodies, it's interesting when we're eating in a massive surplus, when we're in a feasting situation, we'd put on, say, a bunch of body fat. The body can put on body fat. It's interesting how we'd put on that skin. Okay, that skin is protein. Protein. So somebody like Matt that's like 600 pounds, or even people that are 300 pounds. Okay, fat ass women that are like 250, 300 pounds. Okay, you can knock the protein right out of that diet. And that's why you see some of these fruit vegans, these zero protein eaters. Okay, they'll take it too far. Fine. Okay, just put the brakes on when you're skinny. But their skin is literally tighter than a guitar string, all right? Their skin is tighter than a guitar string. This is the truth. Okay, they're always just trying to push protein down your throat. Okay, loose skin's protein. Like, imagine how much surface area you have on your body and skin when you're a fat ass. Okay, you imagine how much more surface area I'd have on my body if you measured it, and then I gained like 100 pounds. Okay, that's a crazy amount of skin that your body created. And it doesn't just stretch the old skin either. In the beginning, if you gain weight really quick, the skin will stretch and be a little thinner, but then the skin thickens up and becomes the same as the skin that you had when you were slim, if you were ever slim. Okay, that's why your stupid ass carnivore diet and your high protein bullshit gives you loose skin. If you lose any weight on it, your skin's loose as hell. You have no chance of chewing it up. You have no chance of chewing it up. Okay, now if we're talking about the fastest way to lose weight, hibernation mode, baby. DF. Filling off fasting. Okay, hibernation mode, DF. Okay, what do grizzly bears eat? Nothing. What do grizzly bears drink? Nothing. Can we grizzly bears? No, but we're pretty close, to be honest. We're pretty close. Okay, and we're not going to be obviously gaining the weight back and doing like a grizzly bear where they eat like a pig all summer and then sit there all winter and just lose it. But I'm going to tell you guys, everybody that's scared of loose skin, if you're losing this, the interesting part is the diet that's going to get the most rapid weight loss is the diet with the lowest protein. Okay, you lose weight faster when the protein's at zero. You lose weight faster. You lose weight faster. Whatever mechanisms you want to blame it on, okay, you lose weight faster. The calories are going to be lower. You see people that were on Kempner's rice diet back in the day, back in the 40s and 50s. Okay, these people lost crazy amounts of weight and the loose skin was minimal. Same with people that have lost weight on the potato diet. Okay, you see people that lost weight on their general high protein, low carb bullshit. The loose skin's horrendous. Why would the body chew up the loose skin when you're giving yourself a pile of protein? Okay, yeah. Some of these fat people are running themselves in a good deficit. That's why they lost like 100 pounds. Okay, but the protein was still too high to actually make the body be like, geez, there's no protein here. I need to chew up this loose skin. What do you think your body's going to take? The muscle or the loose skin first, you idiots? I'm always ahead of the curve, baby. Always ahead of the curve. Imagination Nation. Not to mention, okay, I'm not against protein, but I'm against losing weight in a way that's not gonna try to minimize loose skin, and I'm against calories. I'm against things that don't get weight off. And it's very interesting. The very diet that's going to get the fastest weight loss, because the calories by default are the lowest, is the one that's going to minimize the loose skin. Because you want to minimize calories to lose the weight and the protein to make your body eat the loose skin. So hibernation mode is going to be the most extreme of anything. Then you got your snake juice water fasting. Then you got your low calorie straight carb diet, which is going to be whatever you end up having. Fruit, potatoes, whatever. Hey, what do we got here? Okay, let's see. So Matt, this will be, when we weigh in tonight, this will be day 2 of hibernation mode. We're going to expect a big drop tonight. Every day is just going to be down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Hibernation mode. You know what it is. Okay, you know what it is. DF. DF. Hard DF. No nothing. No nothing. No exercise. No nothing. Okay, you're trying to get as many days in as you can. Let's see here. Abe2361 said, do you drink electrolytes every day while hibernating? Or once you're refeeding, he meant only. Yeah, you're not, nothing goes in. Nothing goes in. Okay, nothing goes in. Okay, you load on your electrolytes when you go into it. Get in some baking soda, and then when we come off it, baking soda, okay, baking soda, and then you start refeeding on fruit, wet fruit. So simple, and that's the way it should be. If you're serious about losing weight as fast as you possibly can, it'll be basically hibernation mode as many days in a row as you can, if you want to get that aggressive. And when you come off that, we're talking basically next to no protein, straight carbohydrate diet with the snake juice salts. Snake juice salts, links will be in the description below. If you can't get the snake juice packets, go to the store and get some salt. And does the salt have to be crazy high? No. Okay, we're talking, if you're even on a snake juice fast, maybe 1 to 3 packs a day. When you're eating your carbs, okay, we're talking maybe a pack a day, maybe 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 2,000 if you're starting to do some heat work and sweating. Okay, we're not doing any heat work in hibernation mode. Nothing, man. Nothing. That's the problem, people. They'll do something. They'll do some DF. Okay, they'll go into hibernation mode, and then they'll start doing all this extra shit, all this walking, trying to hit like 20,000 steps a day, and they'll be doing all this exercise. You don't do nothing. Okay, you don't do nothing. Your body will drop body fat like crazy. Okay, it's going to be trying to make up the water that you're not drinking with burning even more body fat. Okay, you're going to lose weight 3 times as fast. Easy. Three, maybe even faster than that. Comeback protocol. Manny said, the question really is, how do we get the weight off fastest for obese people? This is critical. And that's the other thing. As soon as you yard that protein down, do you guys remember the sugar diet? Okay, what are potatoes? What's fruit, right? It's straight glucose, straight fructose, straight sucrose. Okay, remember FGF 21? Okay, crazy low protein. This is the thing. You don't need any protein. Okay, I've came to that conclusion by coaching Matt over the last few weeks. I'm realizing you don't need no protein. Okay, you need protein once you're like lean. Okay, if you want to lose weight fast as hell, boy, you want the calories as low as you can get them, boy. Do you want to lose the skin, minimize the loose skin as much as you can? Chew on that loose skin, boy. You cut that protein right out. You can go on a straight fruit diet, straight potato diet. Okay, straight zero fat vegan diet. Okay, you don't have to put the vegan name on. I'm not a vegan, but I'm smart. When it comes to weight loss and loose skin, I'm the genius. I'm the expert, all right? You cut it all. All you need is nothing. You need is to keep the calories as low as you can get them. And when you do eat, it's straight carbohydrate. Obviously, the fat, we're not even talking about it because the fat's just stupid. 9 calories a gram. Okay, because our number one priority is weight loss. Okay, the fat, 9 calories a gram. Why are you still eating fat, you idiot? You're fat. If there's one thing you got on you even more than the extra skin, is the crazy amount of body fat. Okay, your body fat's in a mega surplus. Your skin's in a mega surplus. And your skin is literally an organ. It's literally straight protein. Where's your collagen? In that loose skin that you're going to eat. Where's your collagen? Man. Okay, just ahead of the curve, baby. Just ahead of the curve. How many people are going to be starting to talk about this? But I'll tell you this, you go listen to your stupid AI, because of the consensus on the internet, you'll hear all the same rhetoric. Fast weight loss causes loose skin. You need your protein for your skin elasticity. One of the things that hydrates your skin like crazy is hibernation mode. Okay, you're getting all that metabolic water. That's literally structured water. Okay, structured water, just like the water that's in fruit, the water that's in potatoes, it's structured water. Okay, it's like living water. That hydrates you better than anything. Okay, you have an internal fountain when you're in hibernation mode. All right, let's see here. See, it's all it's about is running the calories through the floor. But what I'm doing here is I'm giving you guys more confidence with, geez, if I want to get the calories as low as I can get it, pulling the protein's even good. And everyone was scared to do that. But I'm giving you like the best reason ever to pull the protein out. Because your body has so much skin on it that's like steak dinner every night. 15, 30 pounds loose skin. Plus you're so muscle sparing when you're in a massive deficit anyway and you're producing a bunch of ketones. But your body's still always running on primarily sugar. Always. Doesn't even matter if you're in hibernation mode. Your ketone strips will be black, but your body's still running on mainly sugar. Your body's running on mainly sugar on your stupid carnivore diet too. Your body always is running on mainly sugar. Always. It's running on mainly sugar on a crazy low protein ketogenic diet, which is low protein. Okay, low protein. Next to no protein, 4-to-1. Okay, which is one of my old protocols that I'm not pushing anymore because it's dangerous and it's unnecessary, but it was never high protein. All right, what do we got here? You guys are going to see the craziest results you've ever seen. Okay, you know, it's guys like me that take on people that are the extreme, and that's how you learn the stuff that really works. Okay, not this Mickey Mouse bullshit. Okay, when you got that much skin on you, the last thing you need to worry about is protein. When you got that much fat on you, the last thing you need to worry about is even eating. So therefore, you could that's why you got guys like John Fasting Fat Man that fasted for like 150 days straight on water and salt. Water and snake juice salts. He actually shouted me out before in some of his videos. Okay, it's that simple. You can run the calories through the floor, and the carbs are the easiest food to actually have decent energy on if you're doing some fasting or hibernation mode or whatever. When you come out of it, you get your carbs. You're not going to have these electrolyte imbalances like you will in your stupid low-carb diet, which is why I had to get people to just crank the salts through the roof on a low-carb diet in the past. Okay? And then you're talking things like you want to get all nerdy about like your mTOR and shit. mTOR activation at a high frequency makes you not live as long. Okay? You shorten your lifespan. When the high-protein dieting does not help you live longer. Straight up. Okay? Straight up. Now, when you're lean, and depending on what your day looks like, you know, if you're eating protein, there's nothing wrong with protein. But to push protein is stupid, especially if you're a fat pig trying to lose weight, trying to get rid of loose skin. Okay, make your body eat the loose skin just like you're making your body eat the body fat with the low calorie count or no calories. Make your body eat. Eat it up. Eat it up. Okay, your zero carb carnivore diet promotes loose skin if you even end up getting some decent weight off on it. Okay, it does not create a situation where where you're eating the loose skin. Okay, you're literally, when you eat protein, you're literally just putting the brakes on autophagy. You're like putting the brakes on autophagy. You know what? So much autophagy happens when you're eating like a diet that's like got no protein in it. When you're a fat ass, like straight fruit or the straight potatoes, you're getting crazy amounts of autophagy. Okay, the protein activates mTOR. It literally stops autophagy. All right. Kingdom Warrior said, can you explain the hibernation mode? Hibernation diet. It's hibernation mode. It's not a diet. You're not consuming anything. That's how you explain it. What does a grizzly bear do when it hibernates? What's a grizzly bear do when it goes into hibernation mode? What do all the other animals do, all the other mammals, when there's a famine? Okay? They're not taking in nothing. That's hibernation mode. Fastest weight loss fastest possible way you can lose body weight, period. That's it. It's so simple. Okay, and if you're not doing that, if you have half a brain, you're doing a crazy low protein diet that's based in wet fruit or in vegetables, low protein, crazy low protein, so you can chew up your loose skin and still keep the calories rock bottom. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry that the best weight loss diet when you're a morbid obese pig is literally a zero-fat vegan diet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry to hurt your diet religion bullshit. I'm sorry. Okay, but that's what I do, baby. Okay, I want weight loss. And when you're really chasing the honest to God truth and you're not just filling people's heads full of bullshit, you end up coming to a conclusion where, yeah, this gets the most weight off. And you just look at the results. Okay, literally that zero-fat fruit diet will take people too far. How many people are getting too slim on your stupid zero-carb diet? Nobody. In fact, they stall when they're like 100 pounds even from a good weight. It's laughable, and it's expensive. What I'm telling you to do is basically free. You could make it almost free. Okay, if you had the discipline to eat potatoes, and then maybe throw some fruit in there, but mainly potatoes, and then you're doing a bunch of DF, and you're in hibernation mode doing a bunch of fasting, it's going to cost you like nothing. And you're going to clear your arteries. You're going to chew up loose skin. Okay, you're going to get rid of all the plaque buildup. Okay, all your atherosclerosis and your neuropathy. It's going to be gone. Okay, your diabetes, your type 2 diabetes, gone. Okay, it's funny how people always look at the symptoms. Oh, I got high blood sugars. I better cut the sugar out of my diet, you idiots. When the high fat and the high calories causing the problem. Basically because it's the fat. Nobody ever got fat without eating a pile of dietary fat. If you started slim, the reason you got fat, if you could look back at your diet, is because the fat intake was really high because that drives the calories way up. It's just common sense. It's common sense. And then the food volume's way higher. You got way more energy. Okay, this is what kids would mainly gravitate to if they're eating. They gravitate to a very low protein diet, very high carb. Very high carb. Okay, clean, low-fat carbohydrates. Okay, low fat, no fat. No fat, protein, zero fat, zero protein, straight carb, snake juice, salts. That should be the diet, combined with, if you want to get more aggressive than that, you're throwing the fasting in. That diet's going to keep the calories rock bottom. Still count them, see where you're at. Okay, and that's going to get the best weight loss result and the best result with loose skin. All right. Betty Bat 999 said, why isn't it good to throw in steady state cardio or sauna when you're in hibernation mode? Because it's too taxing. Your hibernation will last you like a day. You're trying to stretch, you're trying to go longer. You need to relax. Let the body do its thing. You're healing. For real, though. For real. Not like some fat 300-pound pig on a carnivore diet that's stalled out and uses that as an excuse. I'm healing. When they start to question all these stupid carnivore MDs and these low carbers, why they're stalled, They're like, don't worry about it. It's not a weight loss diet. But that's exactly how they sell it. They sell the carnivore diet like it's an extreme weight loss diet. It's laughable. Laughable when it comes to weight loss results. Laughable, all right? Hey, look how much weight Matt's lost. You guys are gonna be mind blown how much weight Matt's gonna lose in hibernation mode in the next few days. Okay, you don't need to do anything when you're doing that. If you want your day-to-day to look like that, then you don't do a hibernation session. Okay, you don't go into hibernation mode. You just stick to your regular routine. Good routine: 1 meal a day, straight carbohydrate, vegetables, snake juice, salts. That's it. Cut the fat right out so the calories are rock bottom. Potatoes are going to be king. Potatoes and wet fruit. And cut the protein right out, fatty. Right out. Okay, right out. Okay, there's no place for protein when you're morbidly obese. Okay, all it does is brings your calories up. Okay, you throw 100 grams of protein in there, it just brings your calories up and makes your body not chew on the loose skin as hard. Okay, you want to get rid of loose skin, you fat pig? You want to get rid of that loose skin? Then you see it, anybody that was even on a low-carb diet that's lost any real weight that was really fat, loose skin's insane. Like I say, go look at some of these fruit vegans that lost a pile of weight. It's like, what the heck? They lose skin. Kempner's people, like back in the day, if you find pictures, no loose skin, man. Why? Because there's no protein in that diet. Your skin is protein, you idiot. The skin is protein. So this is another thing. That's why you want to get to the end. You want to get lean. How do you get crazy lean? You want to have the mindset that you're trying to get like as slim as a fruitarian vegan. Because when you get deep into that and your body's got your body fat gets so low that now your body's going to be in hyper mode to chew on that loose skin. It's going to be chewing on loose skin all the way down if the protein's not there. Okay? It's the difference between a low protein weight loss situation and a high protein weight loss situation, even if the calories were equal. The low protein is going to get the better result with the loose skin. It's going to chew the skin up. It's going to eat it. Your body's going to eat the skin. But then you go the distance and you get slim, baby. And then what'll happen if you even had a kid or were pregnant and you had some loose skin on your stomach and you didn't even get that obese, you're going to chew it up. Okay, you're going to chew it up. Okay, the longer you can stay lean on the low protein, if you have loose skin, your body's just going to try harder to chew it up. Your body's just going to try harder to chew it up. The results are, you can see, the proof is in the pudding. You just got to look. And the people that are avoiding the protein when they're morbidly obese are going to lose weight faster because their calories are going to be lower and they're not going to be all in fear-mongering bullshit, thinking they need to get protein in. You're talking to a guy that's been an athlete his whole life. Okay, I was pushing a low-protein keto diet a long time ago. And that was out of my comfort zone to push that. But then a lot of people think about it. How many of you did a 2-week fast? There's nothing there. Hibernation mode, there's nothing there. And people aren't even scared of that kind of stuff. And then soon as they're on a diet where they're actually eating food again that's got next to no protein, they freak out. Get your head out of your ass. All right. Let's see what we got here. This is the best weight loss. We're talking rapid, hardcore weight loss advice you're ever going to get. It's just the truth. Okay, I like my fatty steak. I like my blah, blah, blah. I like my, but how bad do you want this? Okay, once you get lean and the skin's, once you're lean and you chew the loose skin up as much as you can, then play. Okay, then play. We're talking a term of 6 months to a year, most of you pigs. Even the people that got 300 pounds to lose, if you're taking my advice, you can lose that 300 pounds inside of a calendar year. It's such a short process on the grand scheme of things. If you just buckle down. Okay, if you just buckle down, stop being a bitch. Okay, get off your stupid dogma, your diet dogma. Okay, let go of your dumb carnivore bullshit. I'm telling you, protein, will make you hold loose skin if you're in a state of weight loss on a high protein diet or protein at all. Your body is not going to eat the loose skin. Why would you? So somebody else that's got a bunch of weight on them that cuts the protein out and they're losing weight like crazy, calories are probably lower than yours, so they're losing weight way faster. And they're doing a bunch of fasting on top of that. They're going to have a way head start on you getting rid of that loose skin. Start getting rid of the loose skin today. Like when you start your weight loss journey, you're a fat ass, start getting rid of the loose skin today. How do you do that? You just cut the protein right out. Zero protein. Okay? If there's a 1 gram in there and some of the fruit, whatever. I'm talking, according to the mainstream, the protein is like 0. All right? 0. Cut the fat out, obviously. Calories are way too high. Trash. Cut all the oils out. Trash. Poor man's diet. It's truly poor man's diet. We're talking no fat or protein. Really poor people don't even have any protein other than what's in the starch sources. Okay, let's see here. Mosh Bear Pig, OMAD sugar diet 1 year. That's about as long as before when I started it. And skinny running miles every day now. Thanks, coach. Good job. Sugar diet, basically 0 fat, 0 protein, quality carb sources. Stay away from the candy. Stay away from the pop. Okay, this is stuff I shouldn't even have to tell you. Okay, that got way out of hand. Okay, fruit, your starches. Okay, fruit, potatoes specifically are going to be the best starch because they're so satiating per calorie. What do we got here? Let's see. CJ2059 says, does the sauna ruin this strategy? I said you can't do the sauna when you're in hibernation mode. It's too hardcore. You're not going to last, man. You're just going to deplete your electrolytes, and you're going to be you put yourself in a situation. Okay, you just don't do anything when you're doing a DF. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, you don't do nothing. Okay, if you're doing stuff, you're eating. Then that's when you're on the snake juice and the carbs. Meal a day, ideally, because that's going to help you drop the calories through the floor doing a meal a day. Okay, you fat pigs don't need to eat during a day. Okay, you just need to eat something at night so you can sleep. Straight carbohydrate. Okay, that's going to keep your thyroid function hot. Okay, so you don't tank your thyroid like half these menopausal women. Like, I just had a call here yesterday again. Woman's, she's only like 43, 44. She's been doing that low-carb diet. She had decent results from it because she was counting the calories. So she actually was good on the calories. Not like these people just winging it, eating ribeye out the ass and not losing weight. But now it's not working because her metabolism took a nap because her thyroid function dropped off the face of the earth because there's no carbs in the diet. Okay? You can cut everything. When you're fat, you can cut everything. Straight carbohydrate diet, man. Straight carbs. And then once you get lean, play. V-Leg Dig 7006 says low calorie on keto works fast. Low calorie on anything works fast. Okay, low calorie on keto is going to be harder than low calorie on carbs. Okay, you don't need the protein. Okay, you're not going to chew up the loose skin on that low carb diet. Okay, you can get the calories lower on the carbs. Okay, you can get the calories. Have fun trying to run a 500 calorie diet. I better watch saying that. Have fun trying to run some of the calorie counts we're running on the potatoes on your keto diet. You ain't going to be able to do it. There's no volume. Nothing works faster than potatoes on a meal a day as far as the dieting goes. Period. All right, I've done everything. Because you can't get the calories as low as on anything else. Okay, when we're talking loose skin, the loose skin is going to be minimized the most by far when you cut the protein out of that diet. When you cut the protein out of that diet. Okay, your skin is steaks. Okay, your skin is ribeye. Okay, your skin, your epidermis. Your epidermis is ribeye. Your epidermis is meat. Eat it. Make your body eat it. If you're taking in a bunch of exogenous protein, your body ain't gonna eat any of that protein on the skin that you've created. This 40 square foot skin suit you have on that should be 20 square feet. Crazy how the body works, eh? It's funny how you gain all this body fat for the main fuel source when you're eating like a pig for years, and you gain a bunch of extra skin for the protein source. Interesting, eh? All right, man. We're going to get some crazy weight loss results now, baby. Crazy weight loss. Crazy weight loss. Let's see here. What do we got? Christian October says, hi, Cole. Do you know how to induce stem cells through fasting to heal? Fasting. Okay, fasting. Hibernation. Like the most hardcore version of fasting when I'm talking about is hibernation mode here, right? Hibernation mode. Hibernation mode. Okay, DF, 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 DF. You know what it is. Hibernation mode. All right, what do we got? Okay, here's... Okay, J Rocky 92 says, what about? Okay, what do people with insulin resistance, high blood sugar, high uric acid, and high liver enzymes do? Exactly what I'm saying to do. Exactly what I'm saying to do. Okay, cut the calories through the floor, cut the fat right out of the diet, cut the protein right out of the diet. Okay, the calories will be the lowest on the carbs, and then when you're not eating, you're fasting. It's simple as that. Okay, all your bullshit's gonna be gone. Okay, why do you think you got bad blood sugar control? You think it's from carbs? It's from all the fat you eat and how fat you got. Your fatty ass liver, it's from fat. It's from fat, man. Nobody would have gotten fat on a diet that's low in fat. Like, give your heads a shake. You listen to so many jackasses that are just full of shit. And we're proving the point right here. Matt's getting crazier weight loss results than anybody on all your jackass YouTube channels you're watching. Listen to me, all right? Okay, all of it. Okay, high uric acid, all of this crap you're talking about, okay? How much do you weigh? Okay, focus on the weight loss. Get light, baby. Okay, get light, lose weight. Like that should be, weight loss is health. Weight loss is health. And how fat do you have to be to actually be in an unhealthy state of body weight? Not very. 20 pounds over lean, 30 pounds over lean, man. People think you got to be 100 pounds overweight to be unhealthy. Shit. You can be 20 pounds overweight and a smoker, and you can be heart attack city. Okay, especially if you're eating a high-fat diet. That changes it even worse. Okay, there's a difference between for one, it's almost impossible to gain weight on a low-fat diet unless you're making a hard effort. A hard effort. You're not going to even do it. You'd have to be eating like Ronnie Coleman on literally crazy low fat and still have the protein through the roof and just piles of calories. You're not even going to do it. Okay, but on your high-fat bullshit, you can get fat for sure. And then when you're in a state of weight gain on your high-fat diet, you're a heart attack city. Heart attack city. Man, like it's so common sense. This is how misguided we've gotten. You cut the fat out of that damn diet and you get in a state of weight loss, you're going to clear your arteries. The only real protocol to clear the arteries is a low-fat diet. Okay, like a zero-fat diet ideally. A zero-fat diet. As soon as you're saying zero fat, automatically it's plant-based. Okay, you can't have a zero-fat diet that's still not plant-based. And I'm not even a vegan. I don't care about any of that crap. I just care about the results. Okay, that's it. Okay, as soon as you knock the fat out of the diet and start losing weight, your insulin sensitivity is going to go through the roof. Your blood sugar control is going to be perfect. You can actually pass a glucose tolerance test, which most of those low carbers can't pass because they're just band-aiding the problem. They're still eating too many calories. Stall city. Oh, but their blood sugars aren't showing high. But if you gave them a good hit of sugar, the sugars would go up and stay there because they can't handle a sugar load at all. It's a joke. Because they're still all messed up. Okay, here's one. Potato Sar King said, it is more easier to DF during the day than drink water. When I drink water and then I want to eat after. Yeah, the thing is you're not getting the results. You're not getting the results just from doing going dry during the day and then drinking water at night. You're not digging deep. You're just replenishing the fluid for the most part. Unless you really pull on your body during the day on that dry spell, you're not really doing anything compared to, you got to be doing some serious heat work. And compared to actually doing a prolonged dry stint. Okay, hibernation mode. Okay, hibernation mode means days in a row. Even Matt, he's not even going to be truly dry probably till tomorrow night. And we'll see that on the scale when he hits his new low. When he hits his new low, he's truly dry. And then from that point on, it's going to be just new low, new low, new low. And he's truly dry, meaning he's getting all his fluid. All his fluid is coming from body fat breakdown. There's nothing left from the previous fluid and fruit load we did the other night. So you got to stick. You got to, if this is for the most hardcore weight loss. Okay, we just lay there and fat people can do it easy. Okay, well, like when I went into hibernation mode for like 7 days in the past, it only got hard when I started getting lean. Okay, I truly believe that a fat person could literally just do it, like just basically do it nonstop until they've lost all the body fat and like pretty much chewed up almost all the loose skin. And you'll look so young. Okay, you're gonna be just destroying tumors, the C word. Okay, that was the old protocol. That was the old filling off protocol. Okay, go into hibernation mode for 12 days to beat that. Stage 3, stage 4 C word. All right? And all the original protocols for dealing with the C word were all based in sugar. All based in sugar. It was always like fruit cleanse, it was juice, it was Kempener, like the rice diet with the fruit and the orange juice. It was all based in sugar. Grapes, it was always based in sugar. Fasting on grapes. Like these stories are just wiped now. You can't even find them. Okay, that was always the C word protocols. Okay, guys doing even, baking soda and molasses. Okay, I seen an old guy beat the C word with basically fasting on some molasses and baking soda. Okay, the C word don't like baking soda. Okay, it keeps your pH high. The C word don't like you not eating. Okay, the C word don't like you not eating protein. The worst thing for the C word is protein. You can't build the tissue that it takes to produce more of the C word without protein. Without protein. Okay, this is why when you run a low protein diet your whole life, your longevity is way higher. Way higher. If I've seen one thing in common with all these people that are living over 100 years old, okay, this just gets rid of the fat and carb debate too. The protein was always low. They were never just hammering back protein. They weren't. They weren't. Okay, what do we got here? What do we have here? Moraine, 6129. Oh, make sure you subscribe to Matthew's channel. Okay, we'll be doing another live on Matt's channel. Okay, Matthew Westwood. Make sure you follow him on Instagram. That's where all his weight logs are going. All the weigh-ins. Okay, he's putting his videos up on Rumble. Matthew_Westwood on Rumble. Cole Robinson Weight Loss on Rumble. Subscribe to my channel. YouTube. Snake diet, baby. This is the true snake diet. Okay? This is the true snake diet. Shit, snakes will eat they'll eat like a gopher or something like this. And then they'll just then they'll just sit there for a couple weeks in hibernation mode. Obviously, snakes are carnivores. Okay, we're closer to a bear than a snake. Maybe when I named it, I should have called it the grizzly bear diet. Doesn't change anything I'm talking about here. Low cal, big weight loss. Cut the protein, big skin loss. Loose skin loss. Okay, snakes also are like lean, right? They're already lean by default. They're like negative 5% body fat. At that point, you actually do have to get in some protein. All right, what do we got here? And they don't have loose skin. They actually just shed their skin. Maybe that's what this is about. Shedding your skin. Shedding that loose skin. Okay, what do we have? Yeah, Moraine said the potato's been working good. Cut 3 more pounds. Want to cut at least 7 more for summer. Awesome job. Okay, you can't beat those potatoes. You can't. You cannot beat those potatoes. I challenge anybody, no matter how much weight you even have to lose, even if it's 5 pounds, cut the fat and the protein right out. Okay, have you done any long fast before? Have you done 7 days or 14 days? Okay, just treat it like it's a long fast so it beats your little fear of cutting protein. Okay, I'm going to just pretend it's a fast. Pretend your meal a day on fruit or potatoes or whatever is a fast. And then you won't be scared of cutting the protein out. David Pitchford, 65, said, what's the sequence of DF days and refeed days? There is no sequence. Okay, if you're going to go into hibernation mode for a few days, just go as long as you can, then come out of it and get back on your diet. And your diet should be basically 0 fat, 0 protein, straight carbohydrate, no dried fruit, no dense sugar sources, wet fruit and starch sources, and snake juice salts. Spike Fast Racing says, diabetes. Diabetes. Yeah, from high-fat diet getting fat. Diabetes. Bad blood sugar control. Diabetes. There's people, they're treating type 1 diabetes with a low-fat, low-protein, straight-carb diet. Because most type 1s, they don't produce no insulin, but they also have terrible glucose control. Okay, they still have all the same symptoms of a type 2 as far as bad blood sugar control. Okay, you can fix the bad blood sugar control by pulling the fat out of the diet. And then all of a sudden, when you pull the fat out of the diet, and they're running on carbs, especially if they're fat ass and they're in a deficit, okay, so they're in a state of weight loss, they're going to be able to take up the carbohydrates. They're going to need way less insulin. Try me. Okay, I see most type 1 diabetics just eat like shit. They almost OD themselves in slow-acting insulin in preparation to eat like shit. I've seen it. Like firsthand, I worked with a guy that did that. Okay? He's like almost ODing on slow-acting insulin, then he's eating a bunch of pizza and shit. Okay? Crazy high-calorie dense foods because the fat's so high. But you blame the carbs. Let's see here. Furum Castrum 4097 said Buddhist monks do the same diet with self-mummification. Okay, let's see here. Batty Bat 999 says 55 watching and only 7 likes. I don't know, I see 71 likes. Or maybe I'm wrong. Comeback Protocol says, let's go, boy. Cut it to drop the weight like a stone. Exactly, cut it. All of it. All of it. Just all of it. All of it. When you get this mentality when you're walking around now and you're fat, then you truly get that mentality where it's like, you're either not eating nothing, or when you do eat, it's like a piece of fruit here, a vegetable there, a potato there. Do you know how fast you're going to cut weight? Like, it's going to be insane. Insane. All these people on their stupid zero-carb carnivore diet listen to Sean Dad Bald Baker. Okay, Ken Turtle Shell Belly Berry. Okay, Ken Turtle Shell Belly Berry. Okay, this guy doesn't know shit. Right? Like, look at him, man. It's a joke. It's a joke. And then they always shit on these vegans. And all these vegans are late. Like, man. And not to mention, like, half of these top-level cardio athletes, you know, they're slim dudes. They're all eating a crazy low-protein, crazy low-fat, crazy high-carb diet. Whatever. Okay, keep plugging your ears. I don't want to hear this. Man, stop attaching your diet to your political beliefs, because that's a big part of it too. Okay, stop attaching your diet to your political beliefs, because a lot of these jackasses promoting certain diets have a certain political stance too. Like, shut up, man. Like, is this dieting and weight loss, or is it politics? All right. Oh, MMOX2EX says, hey, Cole, Best fruit for prepping for hibernation mode, wet fruit. Just wet fruit. Wet fruit's perfect. Wet fruit and get in your sodium. Wet fruit, really get in your sodium. The first night, well, it depends where you're coming from. If you're coming from really dirty, the first night might still have a low. Second night, you'll definitely have a low. And then it'll just be dropping straight down. If you weigh twice a day, every single time you get on the scale will be less. Because you're not ingesting anything, right? Hibernation mode, baby. Hibernation mode, 0 protein, baby. 0 fat, baby. Carbs only, baby. Crazy loose skin eating, loose skin autophagy eating, baby. This is how you get rid of loose skin. This is how you minimize loose skin, even if you're an extreme. Even if you're an extreme pig. Okay, you cut the protein out. Okay, loose skin is meat. Loose skin is protein. Make your body eat it. Make your body eat it. Okay, it's the same as the food. Is your body going to eat body fat if you're eating a pile of calories? No. Is your body going to eat loose skin if you're eating a pile of protein? No. No. Oh, let's see what we got here. And that's another thing too with loose skin. Like people jump the gun. Like they haven't even got the weight off, gotten lean, and they're going and getting loose skin surgery and shit. You're an idiot. Get skinny. Okay? Get lean. Okay? I'll tell you, right? Like I'm telling you, the potatoes, the fruit-based, 0 fat, 0 protein diet's going to get you there. You are going to get like slam. And stay down there and let your body chew on that loose skin. If you got a pile of loose skin, let your body chew on that loose skin for a year. Okay, you're going to be light and having fun in life. Let it chew. Let it eat. Let the big dog eat, baby. Let the big dog eat that loose skin, baby. As soon as you start pounding in that protein, your body's not eating that loose skin or shit. You're not going to die. You're not going to die. And the funny thing is that diet, like, when you start just eating wet fruit and boiled potatoes, guaranteed slim. Guaranteed slim. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Okay, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. So if there's confidence there, and you know when you get slim, you're going to have crazy autophagy because now you're going to be running on the slim side of your weight. So there's a threshold there. There's a place where your body is like, there's a place where your body is under where it wants to be slightly, where the autophagy is going to be insane. And then there's a place where your body's right where it's at, like right at level. It would be like, okay, example would be, let's say a guy is like, his body's very, very happy. It's very easy for him to maintain, like say 12% body fat. But when he starts getting under that, it gets difficult. He's in a way deeper state of autophagy when he's trying to hold that lower body fat percentage, which is a joke on that potato and fruit diet, and you still have all that loose skin. So you don't even need the protein like the lean guy that doesn't have the loose skin. So it's not even hard. You don't have to be afraid. Where the guy without the loose skin, if he's eating the potatoes and wet fruit and trying to pull himself low with no loose skin, then that's the kind of guy that would end up getting deep into where he starts to get underweight, which is a good problem to have when we're talking about weight loss with respect to which is the best diet. Okay, and then obviously above that threshold, so let's say he's getting fat at like 20% or something, or 25. Okay, now he's building tumors, building adipose tissue. Okay, building clogged arteries if he's gaining the weight on a high-fat diet. So the state of where you are for leanness matters. That's why you want to get down there. And on the fruit and the potatoes, it's easy to get down there. And if you have a pile of loose skin, you're going to be eating it the fastest when you're down there, way down there. And you're going to be eating the loose skin all the way down when the protein's not in the diet, when you're cutting weight fast. Plus, you're going to be able to run the calories lower anyway. You'll lose weight faster. It's the perfect scenario, man. It's the perfect scenario, baby. You know what? Like, even myself, I didn't realize how bad promoting large amounts of protein is. Like, and not even large amounts, even these 0.7 to 1 gram for a lot of people that are trying to beat health issues. You want that protein rock bottom. You want it at zero. You want it at nothing. If you're morbid obese, you want it at zero. Okay, that's how I'm coaching people from here on out. If you're morbid obese, you want the fat at zero and the protein as close to zero as it'll be with whatever's in the potatoes or the rice. There's some protein in rice. There's some in potatoes, but it's low. Okay, there's like none in fruit, barely at all. Wet fruit. Okay, that's what I'm pushing. And then on top of that, if you want to get really hardcore, we're going no food. Okay, we're going hibernation mode where there's nothing. Or snake juice, water fasting. Okay, that's it. That's it. And then once you get slim, you play. Then you're rebuilding on a lean canvas. Okay, then you're rebuilding on a lean canvas. Yeah, snake juice salts. The links will be in the comments. Okay, I'll put the links in the comments. If you can't get the snake juice packets where you're at, you can make your own snake juice. Okay, go to the store and then grab the sodium chloride, potassium chloride. Comeback Protocol says, Slim City, baby, skinny is king. Exactly. See, and Manny knows because he used to play top-level basketball. He knows how important it is to be slim. Slim for the win. Okay, skinny people live longer, all right? Okay, all these meatheads might as well be obese, especially when you're on a bunch of gear. Like, that's the problem. We live in such a, we got to change the whole, what's the word? The whole agenda, like the whole narrative. Like, oh, get more muscle. We need gear. We need all this crap. Being light and small, okay, beats them all, all right? Like, that's what's going to make you be able to put your body through space. Okay, that's what's going to make you wiry. Okay, that's what's going to give you a way better VO2 max, keep you in shape. Light. Okay, body's way more efficient at using the food you eat as well. That's why it's crazy. Some of these fruit vegans, I can't believe they're holding a good body weight and they're lean and they're like on like the calories are just low every day. It's crazy on the low end too. Your body doesn't want to lose muscle mass. Okay, your body's not going to want to go below a certain threshold on muscle mass. It's going to be, especially if you got the loose skin, that's the whole point. Your body's going to be taking that loose skin. Loose skin is meat. Loose skin is meat. All right? Loose skin is meat that you don't need to eat. Loose skin is meat that you don't need to eat, baby. Okay, how simple can I make this? How cheap? You don't have to buy anything expensive. Like, fruit costs a bit, but you can make it basically even around the potatoes. Okay, if you would live somewhere, you get some cheap fruit, perfect. Okay, you can lose all this crap about the high volume resistance training, all this crap. This stuff's just making you a pig. Okay, it's just a bunch of pigs. Okay, half the time I see fitness trainers, they got some fat ass in there doing all this high rep work. Man, they just need to stop eating. Okay, they just need to cut, and then they got them eating, like, they're promoting more protein, more protein, more protein. Man, shut up. Okay, you need zero protein, zero fat until you're slim. Get slim. And then your body's going to be so anabolic if you want to start to build on a lean canvas. It's perfect. I've seen women with an ED that were like morbidly underweight, and they started getting into some resistance training. They started eating a bit of food, but they weren't ever trying to bulk. And then they just looked amazing after they gained like 20 pounds of pure muscle because they were literally morbidly underweight without even trying to bulk. Kingdom Warrior 3 says, am I missing something? What is the difference between a fast and hibernation mode? Hibernation mode is DF, defasting. If you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. Okay, ask the questions. I can't say it. They're taking all this crap down, man. Especially when I'm saying it in the direction of weight loss, of fast weight loss. They don't like hearing it like that. You gotta say stuff like healing and man, and plus I'm flagged, like my channel's not monetized as it is. Okay, I'm not making a dime on this YouTube channel. All right, like if you do it, hibernation mode's exactly what it is. Okay, do bears go pump iron when they're hibernating? Okay, I'm using that as the example because then it's easy for you to understand what hibernation mode is. Everybody knows what a bear does, right? When they hibernate. Okay, are they going out and grabbing a bunch of water? Are they going out and grabbing a bunch of food? Are they going to the gym and doing a bunch of bench pressing when they're hibernating? Or are they just laying there doing nothing? And then they come out in the spring after they lost 300 pounds of body fat. Did they lose all their muscle? No. Exactly. I told you guys, man. Like, man, your skin, the skin you have on you when you've gained weight, you have more skin. You have more surface area of skin. Let's say normally if you're lean, let's say you had 20 square feet of skin. Now you got super fat, you're like at 30 or 40 square feet of skin. That skin is protein. Because that skin is protein, you want to eat that. And to eat that, you got to cut the dietary protein on your diet because you're a fat ass. Okay? Carnivore diet causes loose skin. All right? If you're losing weight on a carnivore diet, your body's not chewing on that loose skin. You're not chewing on the loose skin. If you're losing weight and you're obviously if you're losing weight, your calories are low enough, which is good, but you're not chewing on that loose skin. And not to mention that diet, you're always eating too much fat. You're never gonna lose weight fast. Okay, my fast is fast. Fast as F, boy. Crazy fast weight loss. All right, like, man, we just got so sidetracked with all this stupid politics. And then obviously that vegan name got thrown on. Basically, like Kempner's protocol, in 1940, that would have been considered a vegan diet now, but it wasn't called a vegan diet then. That was just politics and shit caused by your stupid Atkins diet is what it was. When Atkins came back on play in like 1997 with all the scam bullshit I talked about in all my old live videos about Vince McMahon and the WWF Wrestling Federation Vince McMahon getting accused of steroid distribution allegations. And then, anyway, it led to a bunch of high-fat bullshit is what it did. We always have these cycles of it just come through. Okay, and then you get snapped into a Slim Jim. The next thing you know, everyone's getting, and then people get like a little bit of water off on a low-carb diet, and everyone's just going gung-ho, and they're not losing shit. And comes all the other problems. Okay, as soon as you start pulling the calories down on a high-protein diet, or a low-carb diet, okay, you got to bring the fat down. Now you just got lean protein left, plugged up city, constipation city. It's just stupid shit, man. When you can have the perfect bowel movements on the carbs, you cut the fat out to bring the calories rock bottom, cut the protein out to bring the calories even lower, and get your body to eat the loose skin up. And then you get your salts in to make sure your electrolytes are good. Snake juice salts, potassium, sodium. And you don't even have to be crazy high in the sodium anymore because you're eating carbs compared to the low-carb shit where you just dump sodium all the time, which can be dangerous, which gets dangerous. All right. Yeah, listen to this guy. John Linsky, 19. Only time I could make keto work was adding 100 grams of carbs max a day, night before my workout. Yeah, so it's not keto no more. Exactly. The only time you can make keto work is when you quit doing keto. And what's work? Your definition, these fat pigs' definition of what's working compared to mine, what's working is two different things. Some fat pig can be 300 pounds, loses 20 pounds in carnivore and be like, and just like all gung-ho, all have a big heart on over it. Okay, so what? Okay, that's a joke. Okay, I want to see, like, if you're 300 pounds and you're supposed to be 150, I want to see you get down to 140. Like, okay, if you're 300 pounds and you're a woman and you were like, you know, and you thought you're a good goal weight, maybe you were in high school, you're actually slim, and you were like 130 pounds, I'd want to see you get down to 110. Like some real weight loss. Like, get to the end, baby, get to the end. Like, not this half-ass bullshit. All right. Comeback protocol says, what are they going to be able to say when people start showing up skinny and fit? They're going to have to change up their lives. Exactly. Okay, the whole idea, if you're a fat ass, The whole idea should be lose all the fat and get slim first before you even think about trying to tack on more muscle. Before you even think of it. Before you even think of it. And then you just start living a normal life. You don't got to count the protein. You just make sure your calories are in check and you eat intuitively on the protein. That is it. The only thing you make sure is the calories are in check, which they will be if you're always running a low-fat diet. You're never going to gain weight back on a low-fat diet. All right, let's see here. What the heck? I got to read this one here. Okay, man, if you guys are still caught up on you need to get certain dietary, like certain fat sources in your fat ass, like where is your head at? Are you serious? You're a fat ass and you think you should be getting in fat? You're a fat ass. Okay, the only people that would ever need to add any fat to their diet is people that are so underweight and they just don't eat enough low-fat foods that they'd have to have fat in there just to save their life of dying of the A word. You know, A and then Rex, you know that word? All right, let's see here. Cousin Larry says Ezekiel bread okay as a main carb source. Calories are king, man. Calories are king. Those dry carbs, you're going to eat a lot more of them than the wet carbs. But calories are king. When it comes to weight loss, calories are king. And how do we drive the calories down the easiest right off the hop? If you weren't even counting nothing, just to drop your regular day-to-day bullshit diet, cut the fat out. Then you count those carbs. If you want to get really strict, count them. Packaged goods. Okay, I'm going to give you a calorie count right now. Most of you guys, if you're a male, pull under 1,000 a day. Under 1,000. If you're a fat ass. And that's going to be lots. Especially if it's potato-based. Okay, if you're a woman, get even way under that. Okay, do that for a few days. If you're getting slim and gets hard, bump the food up a little bit. Mike Dell, 5546. What is the minimum amount of days for DF for it to be worth it? 20 pounds to lose. As soon as you're not eating any calories, it's worth it, right? As soon as the calories are low, no matter what you're doing, it's worth it, right? You're going to be losing body fat if you're not even doing a DF, all right? Hibernation mode, not even doing it. If you're just running the calories through the floor, you got 20 pounds to lose. Like, stick to a meal a day and pull yourself down on the potatoes and some fruit. Make sure the calories are rock bottom. Just stick to that. Get slim. Get slim and then rebuild the diet. If you get so slim, then you might chip in some lean protein. That's it. All right, let's see here. Leak Beak says, you have to dry fast more than 72 hours in order for the body to start making new stem cells. Oh, man, I said it there. It won't catch me now, probably. There's a research on this that I saved on my phone. End of the day, you guys, focus on weight loss regardless. Don't get caught up in stem cells and shit. Focus on the weight loss. We're coming at hibernation mode as a weight loss tactic. All the other benefits that come are just going to come because you're focused on the weight loss. Okay, because if you do a DF and you're a fat ass and you do like a 5-day DF and then just go right back to eating habits and you're not focused on the weight loss, you're not getting nothing out of it. Anything you got out of it, it's going to be like negated in like 2 days of eating like shit. You need to focus on weight loss. Weight loss. Weight loss. Low calories gets weight loss. Loose skin loss. Eating loose skin. Low protein makes your body eat loose skin. Cut the protein out. Cut the fat out to drive the calories down. Intermittent fast all day to drive the calories down. Low fat carbs to drive the calories down. Salts to keep your electrolytes up so your brain can fire your muscles and so you don't have a heart attack. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Okay, go to Matt's channel. We'll be doing a live in a bit, pretty soon. Okay, go to Matt's channel, Matthew_Westwood. These ones I'm leaving up. Matt's we're going to be yanking down. But Matt's we can talk freely on there. So we're yanking them down. And then he takes donations on there because he's still monetized. Till next time, stop eating, fatty.